So our nerdy pastimes with our friends aside, what are we talking about today?
That's a very good question.
I have no clue.
Well, that's a good question. We'll get started. What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back, or welcome first time here, whichever, to the General Geekery Podcast. The podcast where we geek out about all that we love to geek out about with no remorse, no regrets, and with all the enthusiasm in the world. Or beyond if you're listening from the vast reaches of space.
Mm-hmm. I wonder if anybody is listening.
I wouldn't doubt it. If it runs on Futurama logic, they're probably going to pick up this podcast like 1,000 years from now.
Wow. Will they care?
I don't know.
The aliens, they'll create an entire culture around it, like a galaxy quest.
I believe it.
The historical documents.
The historical documents, yes.
Yes, we read about your feats.
Love that movie.
Oh man, me too.
As always, this is Donald Kaczynski, your resident coffee ninja by day, actor, gamer, streamer by night, and I'm back in my element with Coffee Ninja by day. I'm so happy. And with joining me, as always, the right-hand person to my left hand.
Are you left-handed?
No, I'm right-handed. I just couldn't figure out another way to do that. It's Hannah Kubiak, the Undertaker by day, dice slinger, artist, and gamer by night.
That's me.
Mm-hmm. So, I had a little bit of a flash of inspiration from this, for today's topic the other day. It was actually during, in between when I was streaming and I was rating you guys on Loaded Dice Adventures.
Oh,
go
man.
Go check out our respective Twitches at Ryuzaki MK7 on Twitch and Loaded Dice Adventures on Twitch.
Yep. Last night was so fun. It was such a jumble of weirdness.
I was telling everybody to take the shots. Take it! I knew exactly the rules that they were specifying too, because I've been in a one-shot campaign that followed those rules, and I'm like, oh man.
Yep. You got to take a shot for every now 1 you roll.
Every time. And
when you like, what is the word? When you voluntarily roll at disadvantage, that'll happen to you a couple of times. I don't know.
That's fair. You know where that I think part of that came from, like the former 42 Lounge used to have a you roll a you pay a certain amount of money, you roll a d20, and whatever result you get is a random shot on the list.
Oh, a d20 shot. Yeah, they would do those at Oak and Shield as well.
Yep. They transfer that idea over, and if you rolled a nat 20, you get to choose any shot you want.
That's awesome.
So yeah,
what's our topic today?
Oh yeah, that's right. As I was saying, relating to the live streaming stuff, at the flash of inspiration I got from last night, I just thought we should just talk about just streams. Okay. Streaming.
Yeah.
Like, it's something we both do, like, both as, like, a hobby and, like, kind of a living. It's a form of us to, like, express, like, entertainment.
Yep. It's a living.
Indeed.
It's probably cost me more than I've actually made, but...
Well, with a hobby, you always end up paying more than what you get back.
That's true.
Usually.
That's true. Oh, man. So... I have a little bit less experience streaming than you do. I've been at the table for Loaded Dice. I haven't had anything to do with the actual setting up the stream or anything. And then I have been involved in a couple of streams for Voices Found, where we did play readings. Mm-hmm. So I did that. I tried to set up the stream for Cyrano, and it took like the entire hour I was beforehand, because we'll have an hour tech for these kind of issues, and I was trying to figure it out, and I could not.
Oh,
and
man.
My DM from Loaded Dice, Pat, was actually one of my readers. So I was like, hey Pat, I don't know why I didn't ask you to do this at the beginning, but we have to start the reading in like 2 minutes. Can you do it? And so he's like, yep, tick, 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 tick. We're live. I'm like, ah!
So good.
Yeah.
But yeah, a lot of technical wise, like a lot of stuff like goes behind the scenes for doing any kinds of streams. Like so for those that are not familiar, obviously you can from like the past decade or so, a popular trend that's been popping up from a lot of solo content creators, like people from YouTube or just professional gamers, like in fighting game scenes, everything like that, what they've been doing on platforms such as Twitch, YouTube, and even on Facebook and other platforms in between, is that they have been doing streams. It mainly started off with like just regular like playing through video games, giving commentaries, things like that, like kind of like how Let's Plays were for like a long time. But lately, these days, streaming has kind of evolved into like a different kind of like form of entertainment on its own. Like, I love watching people stream stuff more than I like watch TV nowadays.
Yeah.
Well, I watch TV for like certain reasons because I mean you can't watch like specific like animations on like streams or stuff like that. So. Yeah, I'm an animation lover. What about it, guys?
Oh no, I love it too.
I feel like it should be plainly obvious by now. But
if it's not obvious,
you
haven't listened to this podcast.
Indeed. And like there's so many different like variations of streams that people do. Like people will stream their life and make a living out of it.
Make a living off of your life?
Make a living off of just like streaming your life, like your day-to-day activities. And just having people and gaining money either through like sponsorships from different sources, subscription revenues through like different streaming platforms like Twitch, or even like donations from viewers that are watching. Yeah.
Like so you could basically stream yourself eating dry cereal like you are right now. I only just noticed that there's no milk in that.
I sometimes switch in between dry and
he's chewing.
Wet.
Yeah.
Sorry about that, chat room.
No. Just like crunch. Let me see. I don't so much stream video game playthroughs, or I don't watch them as much. Or like just gaming in general. I would rather try to play a game than I would enjoy watching it, which is kind of the same as with, like D&D campaigns and stuff. Like I'm more of a participant sort of person than a viewer. Like I like actually being in there and doing the stuff, which is why like recently I discovered people who they'll stream while they're drawing.
Yeah.
Like art is my favorite thing to watch people stream, because when they're drawing and stuff, if it's like a tutorial, I can follow along and learn stuff from it. And then even if they're just sort of making stuff, like I've sort of been watching a couple of art streamers, and I'll like ask them a question in the chat, like, how do you get your lines to be so straight? Because mine always end up all janky. And
that's right, because you only just recently got a drawing tablet.
I just got a, I think it's a Wacom 1. And so I've been just going insane with that, drawing all sorts of things. We should post some of it on our Insta.
Hey, you're in charge of it. Go right ahead.
Like the Medusa that was on our Instagram a while back for our
Monster Manual Mayhem.
Monster Manual Mayhem.
Yep, that was done by Hannah Kubiak.
Yeah, that was so creepy. Actually, I was like, I drew it and stuff, and it was fine. But then I opened it up later, and it was like really big on my screen. I was like, ah! Yeah, she was rocking that green eyeliner, definitely. But yeah, I've been working on that kind of stuff and just thinking about, oh my gosh, I wish that I could be like an animator and an artist always, and I wish I could be as good as all these people that I watch streaming art. It's awesome. But yeah, one of the things I do like doing watching video games is not so much watching the whole thing, but watching just like clips.
Oh yeah,
like the one that you showed me of the what's his name, the arcade game.
Oh, from when we did the last session.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. So this is already released as extra geekery by the time this episode comes up. But I showed Hannah a small little tidbit from Evolution, the Evolution fighting game tournament back in like 2000, somewhere between 2004 to 2006. It was commonly known as Evo Moment 37, where literally from in like an impossible situation, Daigo in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike came back out of nowhere to take it.
Yeah, that was really cool. So Yeah, my
and that was a time before streaming
yeah.
became mainstream. Like that, like that was like you had to record the video, post it on somewhere online, like send it through email or something like that. It was
Yeah.
Oh, I still get chills about that moment.
Yeah, I would say that my love for like clips and stuff and just funny moments from video games was definitely, like many people, probably the Leroy Jenkins clip. Where
Leroy Jenkins!
Yeah. It's funny, my mom actually told me about that.
Yeah, incredible.
She was like, hey, check out this. My mom actually, like, it amazes me how much cooler than I am she is so often. Because she came to visit me, and we were walking around Veterans Park, and she was like, oh, what is it called? What's the lab called in Portal?
Oh God, I don't know.
In something labs, and she was like, "Yeah, there's like this thing on a hoodie. It's
It's on the tip of my tongue.
Oh gosh, yeah. Google that. We are looking it up on the internet. The robot overlord will help us to remember. The robot overlord knows everything about us. The robot overlord knows. Cut all of that.
Aperture.
Aperture Laboratory.
I knew it started with an A, but I was like...
Oh, yeah, Aperture
I
Labs.
wanted to say something like Asterios or something
Yeah.
like that, like after like the Minotaur, but I was like, that makes no sense.
But yeah, so I don't know what Portal is or anything. But my mom was like, you know what I want to get? So I want to get a hoodie with Aperture Labs on it. And I was like, that's really random. Why? Is that like a... She's a veterinarian, so I was like, is that like a famous veterinary laboratory? And she's like, no, it's from Portal. I've been playing it on Steam. And I'm like, what the hell, Mom? Like,
Portal.
Why are you so cool?
I have not played. I don't own Portal. I have played a little bit of it. It's not usually my kind of thing. My best friend Aaron loves that game. I have seen him like go through that game so many times. Hey, Aaron.
Hey, Aaron.
Love you, my boy.
Yeah. Well, what were we talking about?
Streaming through all that. But,
yeah.
Yeah, like there's always like you said with clips. Like honestly, like in a 30-second clip, you can probably gain a viewer's attention like that in order to say, oh, maybe I should check more of this out.
Yeah. Because usually when I go to some random person streaming like Halo or whatever, you know, and I go in and I'm like, okay, they're walking along. Okay, they're in their inventory. They're swapping out weapons. Okay.
When does something exciting happen?
Okay.
I remember you having a moment like that like a couple of years ago. I was streaming Resident Evil 2 Remake when it was originally coming out, and I was going through the interrogation room, and you said in chat, break glass in case of emergency. I'm like, yes indeed, break glass in case of emergency. And then all of a sudden the glass breaks and this liquor comes out. I'm like, oh no, it's an emergency! It's an emergency!
Yeah, that was hilarious. Because we were saying it just as it happened, and then the giant creature just came through at you.
That's probably like one of the best highlights from that that run of the game.
Yeah. I love trolling the chat and like writing random stuff in it, and like, you know.
I get.
What's the show where I would make you and Zach put on a dress all the time?
Oh
when
yeah,
you're, like Blood Hunter or whatever.
Bloodborne, that's right.
Bloodborne.
So for my streams, I do a bunch of different games for streams. I don't have any particular boundaries except for one mobile RPG that I stream, that I play through and read through because I like narrating it. I always usually bring like friends of mine to play games that I love to see them go through. My little brother was the one that wanted to play like the Dark Souls and Bloodborne games because he plays those games, and he's like, I want to try streaming it. Do you want to supervise that for me? I'm like, sure, absolutely. And So, for those listening, Hannah was actually there for one of the streams.
Yeah.
We gained an item where Zach could put on a dress as a male. And for the entire thing, Hannah was like, put on the dress, put on the dress. It wasn't until Zach took a break to go to the bathroom and I was just talking to the chat that I just decided to take the controller and put on the dress.
Mm-hmm. Yep. It was like kind of like a...
Yep.
Kind of like a dress that Elizabeth Swann would wear.
Yeah, it was like a Victorian, almost Victorian Edwardian.
I think it had drop shoulders and too.
Yeah.
So
it's just like this masculine hunter man just
vampire
hunter man just wearing this dress with a giant long sword over his shoulder, with me just like walking him along, just humming in a merry tune. A hunting I will go, a hunting I will go. I hold the daddy-o, a hunting I will go.
Here's a question. You know what? I actually have on my list of topics. It's weird that you decided to do this. Basically, it was Donald, explain Twitch to me.
Explain Twitch to you?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Twitch is kind of like how YouTube is. Like, you get to create content and like advertise yourself as kind of like a creator in a business, like as a form of entertainment, like as a different form of entertainer. Like, people do different kinds of things. Like, they create their own animations, they create gameplay, they create skits, and you can eventually grow and earn like a profit from it, like earn a living. Like, I've seen many different examples of like this happening. I mean, heck, you guys on Loaded Dice Adventures do Dungeons and Dragons. I mean, one of the most popular like constant streams that is always ongoing on the internet is Critical Role.
Oh yeah, they've been going for like 5 years.
Yeah, and they get a lot of like support and revenue from all that stuff.
It's surprising.
If I'm not mistaken, I think they're probably the most they're probably one of the most watched Dungeons and Dragons campaigns and Twitch channels out there.
Yeah, it's a geek empire.
Indeed it is. Like, they've been going strong. And honestly, you guys have been getting like a really good like viewership lately.
Yeah, we've been doing pretty good. Yeah, ever since we became affiliate.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. Here's a question I have.
Yeah, what's that?
So, what's the deal with subscribing? Like, what does that do for you?
Okay.
Like, as a viewer.
So, what you can do, well, many different people like do stuff for subscribers, but what I've got with the subscription is that you can upload your own emotes to your channel that are exclusive only to your channel, that your viewers can only get if they subscribe to you.
Okay.
Like, hold on, I'll bring up my Twitch channel just to show as an example.
Yeah. See, me as Hannah doesn't find that too interesting. Like, I thought it was more like a Patreon kind of thing where you get like additional content or whatever. Is that?
Oh, it kind of is. It also gives you access to like when sometimes streamers will, if you get to a higher enough thing and you only want to like see like your chat talking, if like there's just like if you're going, say like a new game is like released and you're just getting to it and you really want to enjoy the story, but all of a sudden like random people start coming on and like just start sharing spoilers, you can do like a subscriber only chat with like those that are constant viewers and enjoy your content.
Right. Okay.
And they can follow along with you and actually hang out. Like, honestly, it's almost kind of like a reward system, kind of like that.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I would go for that.
Yep.
There was an artist that I was watching the other day who I follow, and they do art giveaways, but they do it for subscribers. So that was the first time that I thought to myself,
yeah,
maybe it's like, I kind of want some art. Maybe I'll subscribe.
And some people will do that as well. Like, sometimes, like, you get a certain amount of subscribers, like, they'll do, like, giveaways for... If you have, like, a constant influx of, like, viewership and people subscribing to you, you can do, like, giveaways or stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
I want to be able to reach, like, a point where I get a constant influx of, like, subscribers and, like, viewers and everything like that. And, honestly, I want to do, like, a monthly, like, coffee giveaway if I can.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that would be awesome.
I've been thinking about that, like, for so long.
Like a signature blend.
I want to.
Yeah.
But it's gonna be hard. I got to do a lot of convincing in order to get that at my job.
Yeah.
So here I'm showing my Twitch page to Hannah.
Okay.
Right on top on the bottom right here.
So this is what I could enjoy if I subscribed?
Yeah, exactly. I have 2 emotes at the moment.
Ooh, I like the one with abs. It's just abs.
No, it's the top 2. It's the top 2.
Oh, okay. I was like,
no. Those are other channels that I'm subscribed to that I gained.
There's another one. It just says squat. And I think those are 2 butt cheeks. I'm not sure.
I think so.
Okay. Oh, another one with a guy licking a Subway sandwich.
Wait, hold on. Which one is that?
I'd subscribe to this.
I gotta figure out which one that is. It's Kaggy. It's Kaggy. Kaggy's a voice actor who streams on Twitch. I love the guy.
Cool. Okay, but these 2 are yours.
Yep, and I have them commissioned from another artist. She goes by Val.
Oh, I just put one in the just put one in the chat.
Don't worry, it's the chat's offline.
I thought that it would get bigger if I put it in the chat, but it's actually smaller.
I can show you the bigger ones.
Oh, cool.
I have them on my phone.
Maybe I'll make an emote for you.
Yeah, why not?
Ha!
And honestly, like,
what do you want it to be?
We'll talk later.
Okay.
And honestly, the more subscribers you get, like, the more, like, honestly, you can only, when you reach affiliate, you can only get, like, you can only have, like, 3 emotes at a time. One for a tier 1 subscription, one for a tier 2 subscription, and one for a tier 3 subscription. Like,
okay.
And that's the thing with Twitch. There are different tiers of subscription that you can get.
Mm-hmm. Maybe I should make one like the octopus one, where there's like 3 or 4 different ones that go in a row, and then it's an octopus.
Those are fun.
Yeah.
Those are really, really fun.
I should make one of the Bloodborne hunter in the dress.
Oh my God! Yes, that would be amazing.
Do you ever think back on your life and you think, when did I become so weird?
I've always just accepted it as much.
Really? I've only just now come to accept it recently.
Okay.
Like, I don't give a care.
All right, this is one that I recently got.
Oh, cool.
So it's a grumpy emote. It's a blend of 2 different characters. Mainly because the joke is, like, they have similar voice actors, and they're both games that I play.
Cool.
So Dr. Takemi from Persona 5 and Foe from Fate Grand Order.
Cool.
So there's that. What else? Oh, this one's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
The nut. You've seen me spam this quite a few times. That's the nubba. It's basically it's like a little like parody creature from like the mobile game that I play. It's basically a random enemy like comedy imprint of Oda Nobunaga.
Oh man.
Yeah. For all my Fate Grand Order players out there, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And there was actually one that I got recently that I did for my brother. So
cool.
My little brother Zach, whenever he's on stream with me, he always drinks. He always drinks every single time he's on stream with me, and especially during the Dark Souls playthroughs, it can be very, very. Okay, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. He can get pretty plastered. He can get pretty plastered pretty fast. So, I'm trying to find the actual picture, but I made a drunk Zach emote.
Drunk Zach.
Yeah. And honestly, it's probably like one of my favorite ones that I have ever commissioned. Hold on, let me see if I can. I know exactly where I can find it, but there he is. There, happy drunk Zach.
Nice. Oh, I like it.
Like he asked me if I could commission that for him, like specifically. I'm like, oh, you bet I'm doing that.
Oh, that's great.
But yeah, like I pay the artists that I commission for that just to have like my people like in my Twitch chat or even on my Discord page be able to use that.
Nice.
And like and just to have fun with it. Like, and that's the thing. You want to give your chat like opportunities to like have fun.
Yeah, yeah.
like rewards. Like I even have a reward system set up in there. Like the more like people watch the channel, like they gain like points or anything like that, and they can exchange points in order to make me do like certain things. Like I have like for 10,000 points, make me voice some. Make me do a line of dialogue from, like, a show or, like, a video game or anything like that. Like, on-the-spot voice acting, like, voice this for you!
Have you ever seen... I don't know who the actor is. I think he does voices for Family Guy or something, but there's a clip of him doing the monologue from Taken as Kermit the Frog.
Oh my god!
I don't have any money, but what I do have is a very specific set of skills. Skills.
Very specific set of skills, honed over decades of experience. If you let my daughter go now, that'll be the end of it. But if you don't let her go, I will look for you. I will find you. And I will kill you. Yay!
Oh man, I gotta find the link to that. That's so funny.
I've been working on my Kermit voice lately.
Oh man.
Oh, we're definitely isolating that clip and putting that.
Oh gosh. Well, yeah, we'll find the guy who did it, the Kermit.
Indeed.
Oh man.
Yeah, like I do a bunch of like different silly stuff like while playing through all these games, and I always found it like really fun to do like. Just to be, like, over the top and, like, as expressive as I can, because I do not stream. I don't have a camera for my stream. So that puts me at a little bit disadvantage where I have to be more expressive with my voice in order to, like, convey. And that's the thing, like, for those that are just wanting to start off streaming, like, one, get familiar with the equipment that you have at your disposal in the moment. Find out what works for you, because when I started off, I didn't even have like the streaming software like on my laptop that I normally use and what we normally use to record this podcast. I streamed mainly through my PlayStation 4, which is able to like stream directly to like Twitch or YouTube or wherever you have it like linked up.
Interesting.
And it was nice to do that, but I didn't have any like control over like volume or like anything like that. And it was rough. Like, not gonna lie, like, my first year of streaming, like, going through that, it was rough. Because sometimes, like, there will be, like, days at a time where you don't have any people watching you.
Yeah.
But you have to keep going, you have to keep plugging and going through the motions.
Yeah. It's funny, the sort of evolution of things, because there's a group that, there's a group that my mom and I follow, they're, like, gamers, she actually went to Tulsa and met them. They're from Team Covenant, and they do sort of like...
Really?
Yeah. They do, like, game playthroughs and stuff. Like, they're the reason that we play Legend of the Five Rings and Star Wars Destiny and Ashes, Rise of the Phoenix Born, and all that stuff.
Watching streams of tabletop games are always so much fun.
Oh, it is. It's so much fun. But, yeah, so she actually went to, like, a Star Wars Destiny tournament in Tulsa and met these people and hung out with them, which... So cool!
Nice.
But, they had a video recently where they were, they had hit some sort of milestone or something. And, so they're like, yeah, who knew we would have gotten here? Because if you look back, here's a link to our very, very first video from, like, 2011. And they're like, look at how awful it is. So don't lose hope. Just because it's not amazing the first thing you do. And then also we were talking about Critical Role. If you look at their first episode, it's so funny.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Like, oh look at them! Look at those kids.
Everybody
look at those kids. Look at they don't even have the like key. The like not. They don't even have Dwarven Forge yet. He's basically drawn a map on grid paper and has like construction paper over part of it as like a fog of war. And you're like, oh my gosh, the retro beginnings. It's so awesome.
Exactly. Like everybody starts off. You always have to start off small. Never. If people tell you to, like, wait until you get, like, bigger, like, better equipment and everything like that, just, that'll come with time. Like...
It'll never happen, yeah.
it comes with time. Like, as you have to get more comfortable, like, streaming and, just holding conversation as well. Like, I try to hold conversation on a lot of stuff, and I try to crack, like, as many jokes, like, in the moment as possible, and... I play a lot of RPGs, so it's honestly easy for me, like, when something goes wrong for me, I'm like, oh no! We got a man down! Healer's down! Out of mana! No Phoenix Downs or Hyper Potions in sight! Ah!
You're like, block of volume there for you. I'm just gonna scooch this back from you a little bit.
That's
there we go.
Mic adjustments.
Mic adjustments. Yeah. I think one of my favorite voices to do on the fly is those two guys from Monsters Inc. The door shredder guys.
Oh.
My sister and I will do like bits as them. Like,
Mr. Sullivan!
You idiot! It's Solomon!
I'm sorry!
Oh no! Oh no!
You're breaking his concentration!
You can't lose his focus! Oh no! Sorry!
Oh, man.
So, we'll do that voice all the time.
I know whenever I stream with one of my friends from California, we always do voices from this parody animation YouTuber called Devil Artemis. He does all these different parody animations related to, like, Dragon Ball.
Okay.
And we always do some of the quotes and like ridiculous voices that they do for him. And he does like a bunch of different multiverse stuff.
Oh my gosh!
And basically he has one of the main like villains of Dragon Ball hanging out with Kermit the Frog.
That's fun.
All the time.
Who does the soup store clip?
That is purple. That is Purple Eyes. WTF.
Oh, okay.
He hasn't actually been on like for a long time. Like that clip is like almost a decade old.
That's ancient, man.
But oh my god, when it first I remember watching that when it first hit YouTube. Like the first day it was on, I was crying.
Why are you in the soup store?
I can actually do that entire like quote.
Oh man, don't do it right now.
Not now. We'll save that for like an extra geekery thing.
Save it for later. Oh man.
But yeah, and honestly, it's things like that, like when you can interact with your viewers like through things like that, I'm the geeking out guy that you always find like you always hear on this podcast, guys, like with me. Think about that. Ramped up to almost times 5. That's how I can get sometimes when I'm on streams.
That whole sentence there, I was like, who is he talking about?
Sorry, I meant to mention to myself before I started talking like that.
Like a super geeked guy unaware.
Oh, Hannah.
I thought you were talking about something outside of this. I don't know. I thought you were talking about something else.
You have hurt me, Senpai.
I know.
I'm gonna hide under the table now.
Oh man!
I can't even hide under the table.
There's a lot of little references and things that I reference because people I know reference them, but I don't actually know what they're from.
It happens a lot because I mean, that's kind of like how the internet has always gone. Like they've taken references from obscure stuff and blown them up into meme-worthy material.
Yeah. Like my theater people D&D group, they'll say Hannah no all the time, and I'll always say Hannah yes. I don't know where it's from. I don't know why it's so funny. It's probably something really dirty.
No, it's from where I got it from Dragon Ball Z Abridged. Because the character Vegeta, every single time he does something the other characters don't approve of, they're like, Vegeta no, and then Vegeta's like, Vegeta yes.
Okay, cool.
Sorry about that, headphone users.
Yep. Oh, those poor headphone users.
Oh man. But yeah, and honestly, related to DBZA, just the other night, I was watching through they did a 6.5 to 7 hour charity stream where they went through they were rewatching and commentating all the abridged movies that they made for their show, and during which they were raising money for the Red Cross for all the disaster relief that has been happening with wildfires, hurricanes, and stuff like that have been happening lately. They originally set a goal of 5,000. They broke that before they even started the first movie.
Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous.
They raised over $20,000 by the end of that 7 hours.
Man, yeah. Sometimes I wish that I could make it big just so that I could, change the world or do something like that. We're gonna do something for charity, and it's gonna be great, and then have it exceed my expectations and all that, and I don't know.
Originally this year, I wanted to do this year. Every single year, Extra Life is an event that happens where you game to raise money for children's hospitals.
Okay, cool.
I had done an event like that, like just not on a stream thing, but for the past like 5 years at my old college, the student run coffee house, Eighth Note Coffee House, always did the event.
All right, the one that had the arcade games in it.
Yeah, and we always locked ourselves. We locked ourselves in the main student union overnight because that's where the coffee house was.
Oh, I remember you were talking about doing this, like on one of our first episodes.
Yep, and we had like a bunch of TVs. We had a bunch of different things. We had projectors. We had a projector screen on like the biggest projector thing, and we were playing frickin' Smash Brothers.
Oh yes. I could get behind that.
We had another projector on like a smaller screen, but someone brought their homemade Dance Dance Revolution setup.
Oh, that's awesome! Oh my gosh.
Other people like inside were going through like 5-hour sessions of Warhammer 41K.
Oh my gosh, Warhammer. Elementary school.
other people were doing one person I think it was I forget if he did this. Shout out to you, Bob. I think he set a world record speedrun. He's a speedrunner for a bunch of different Mario games.
Wow. Okay.
And honestly, speedrunning is like one of the like some of the biggest streams that you can watch, just to see people like abuse like these weird like glitches or something like that, just to finish these games in unbelievable times. Like the original Super Mario for NES, I've seen it completed in less than 5 minutes.
What?
Yeah. If you go on and watch like old stream highlights of like speedruns of that, they can get insane. It's kind of nuts.
Oh wow. Oh. Okay, here's another question. So you're a streamer.
Yes.
If someone was going to stream, what's the bare essentials that they need? Asking for a friend.
The bare essentials that you need.
Yeah.
Well, first, you have to identify like what kind of stuff you're going to stream. If you're going to be streaming like video games, like I do, have the ability to have either a console that is able to stream to your platforms like Twitch or YouTube, or whichever. But if you do have like a very good up to date laptop or a computer that can handle the processing power, you need capture software, OBS. I use Streamlabs myself for that, and it's able to capture like from different sources, like either on your computer or through a signal from that you use as a connection for your systems or anything like that. You also want a capture card. Hold on. Oh, let me grab a piece of equipment.
Cool.
That's not it. This is it. So, handing it to Hannah. That is an Elgato HDM. That is an Elgato HD60S. That is a capture card that I use to relay the signal from my systems to my computer through USB and HDMI plugins.
Oh, cool. Okay.
And I was actually streaming on an older system last night for I was streaming GameCube, and since that you can't do an HDMI connection with that, I used a AVI converter.
Okay.
For all my tech people out there that understands tech talk.
Tech talk.
But if you're just doing something like if you just want to stream like showing yourself like cooking and like you want to hand recipes, or if you're just like drawing IRL instead of on a tablet or just anything like that, something as simple as like a camera that's able to connect to the internet and like stream is this is one of the simplest ways.
Cool.
Sometimes the simplicity can always lead to great things. If you start off like small and simple, and you grow from there, and you learn from your experiences, honestly, that's worth its weight in gold. That's how a lot of these like big time streamers actually got started.
Yeah. Like,
just remember, whoever you enjoy watching, whether they're huge and universally known, or even if they're known to like a small cult collective, kind of like how I am right now, they always started off like from the smallest to smallest. But if you work at it, you meet people along the way that can help you out, you make friends through it, and you just network and connect, you can create something amazing out of it.
Yeah.
But most importantly, never, and I cannot stress this enough, never go into this with the intention to think, oh, I can make some quick money. That will always end up in failure.
Quick money.
I've had people ask. I've seen so many times people think that they could do that, and I was watching from afar. This was before even I started, and when I went in and when I started streaming to do this, I'm like, I just want to play games that I love playing and just have fun. Mm-hmm. That's like most of the thing. Like, I only play a lot of games that I really like have interest in. Like some. Like, I don't really do, like, shooters like Call of Duty or, like, Halo or anything like that, just because those aren't my kind of games. Never really have been.
Wow.
I play stuff that, like, I find interesting, I want to check out, and if people are having fun watching me fall to my death, bust my ass, or make a stupid mistake at a critical juncture that cost me from winning the game every single time in Fall Guys, dang it! Then I think I did something right.
That's definitely a lot more fun to me, personally, than watching somebody do a playthrough of something where they do everything perfectly and correct and everything. Like,
and that's fine. And that's the thing.
Like, I could just watch a movie.
and honestly, that's another thing. People will also like stream their reactions to like movies or shows or like one of the streamers I'm watching right now, the voice actor I mentioned, Kagi, he was streaming his reaction to old cartoons from like back in the early 2000s and the 90s.
Oh wow!
That have already been like pre-uploaded to like YouTube and everything like that, and it's just so fun just like watching others' reactions and just like following along. And we're just like, oh my god, like we watched this when something was like really cringy and we're like embarrassed, like. Wait, we praised this as a masterpiece? What the hell? Sorry, Kolyoko.
Oh, man. That's ridiculous.
But yeah, you can stream, like obviously you have to, like, follow, like, bylaws and everything like that for, like, content and everything like that. But, I mean, to be able to express yourself, like, through that and, like, share your enthusiasm or love or frustration or anything for... Like, whether you're playing a game, like, drawing, just chatting, watching videos, even, like, cooking, everything like that. I did a 15-minute stream of me teaching people how to do a pour-over. And people tuned in for that.
Huh. Interesting. You can stream if you want to.
You can stream, we can stream if we want to. We can leave all fears behind, because we can... I can't remember.
Because you can stream and it'll blow your mind. Yes.
So, yeah, that's pretty much all I can really say about that. Like, there's a reason, like, why, like, so many people, like, tune into streams and everything like that. And, like, especially for, like, when video game competitions, everything like that are streaming, like, they can reach up to thousands. Even, like, I've seen some almost get to millions.
Oh, my gosh.
And then,
that's ridiculous.
And then you have, like, other different companies. Like, I remember for a time, like, there was a wrestling company called Impact, like, that lost their, like, TV deals some time ago. They started streaming exclusively on Twitch.
Yep.
For, like, their regular viewership and everything like that. And, like, they still do it, even though they're back someone on TV.
Oh, my gosh.
And have pay-per-view deals as well. So, I mean, there's nothing impossible, like, that you can't stream. Like, you can make... even just the simple act of playing a video game into like a show.
Yeah, yeah.
You are broadcasting a show. You are broadcasting yourself as a brand. And if you enjoy what you love, and if you're enjoying what you're doing, and you love every moment of it, then you can do something with it.
Yeah, the possibilities are endless. You can make your voice heard.
And that is my 2 cents.
Yep.
I think that's all I can really say on that.
Yep.
Any comments on that, Hannah?
No, I just said it.
All right.
You can stream if you want to.
Yeah.
It'll blow your mind.
Yes. And I think that's going to be it. Thank you guys so much for listening to this episode of the General Geekery Podcast, episode 47, all about talking about the wonders of streaming. If you guys liked what you heard, please, by all means, give us a like on social media. We are on Facebook and Twitter at Gen Geek Podcast and at General Geekery on Instagram. What kind of streams do you guys like watching? Let us know on all of our social media when this episode goes live.
Yep. Share your streams.
Share your streams as well if you are a streamer. We will give you guys some certain specific shout-outs, especially because we stream on our respective streams as well.
Yep.
Speaking of which, Hannah, where can they check you out at?
Well, you can find me rolling dice with my party every Monday at 7:30 Central. At twitch.tv/loadeddiceadventures. Once again, that's twitch.tv/loadeddiceadventures.
Yeah.
I play Petra, the Dragonborn Ranger Rogue. It is a great good time moseying from town to town, wreaking chaos, you know.
Indeed.
How it happens, I don't know. You can also find me on Instagram at Pythian Legume. And you can find me on my other podcast that I do with my mom called Splankniks, where we talk about art, literature, tabletop gaming, all from the perspective of two different generations.
Awesome. And you guys can check me out on twitch.tv at RyuzakiMK7. That is twitch.tv/RyuzakiMK7. And you can also check me out on social media on Twitter and Instagram at RyuzakiMK7 as well. That's pretty much it for this episode. Thank you guys again for listening. As always, for Hannah Kubiak, I'm Donald Kaczynski. And until next time, guys, enjoy watching what you like watching on streaming, whether it be gaming or real life. But while you're always enjoying yourselves watching it, always remember to keep your geek on.
Always.
Clink, clink.
Clink, clink.
We will be streaming the podcast live one of these days.
One of these days.
Just got to figure it out.
One of these days.
Later, guys.
Bye.